If you run any sort of business and you have an expertise in your particular niche, then I highly recommend you add workshops into your product and service mix. I'm going to talk about why workshops are so powerful and give you some tips for writing your own workshops. It's also the focus of the newsletter all this week, so I'm writing about it. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you are, and you're going to get a full guide, written guide about this. So I've just got back from Amsterdam yesterday. I was over there for nearly a week. I was giving a workshop last week to a very large US tech company. They're worth about $17 billion. I'm not going to say who they are because it's a public video, but that workshop went on for 3 hours, and then I spent the rest of the week having a holiday in Amsterdam, which was absolutely fantastic. The workshop itself, and why I think you should be doing workshops, it allows you to become an authority, to become an expert in your particular niche. You might already be doing this using social media, writing books, etc., but giving workshops really allows you to get in front of new audiences, to really refine what it is that you speak about, and to work with some really large companies, which you can then use as social proof when you're talking to clients or selling products later on down the line. It also pays really well. It's a good way to monetize your experience. If you already have this expertise, then running workshops is the way to go. So I am not a natural public speaker. I'm a very introverted person. I've got better because I'm doing a lot of this, what I'm doing right now, talking to camera. I've been doing for about 6 weeks now. If you go back and watch my early videos, I'm rubbish. I'm umming and ahhing all over the place. I'm cutting every few seconds because I'm unable to talk fluidly, but that has changed. I am now, I hope, I'm much better at it. So what I'm doing is doing more workshops to build on that public speaking skill, to build on the fact that I know what I'm talking about and I have an expertise, in order to monetize that expertise, to build a reputation and to get in front of more businesses. I highly recommend, if you want to do workshops, checking out this book. This is by Rob Fitzpatrick, and it's called How to Design and Teach Workshops That Work Every Time. A very slim, very actionable book. So you're not reading 600 pages of absolute fluff, but instead it walks you through how to set up a workshop. The number one thing is you do not write your workshop in PowerPoint. You do all your PowerPoint stuff later. First, you actually work out what's going to be valuable to the people who are going to be attending. And if you are not particularly comfortable with public speaking, that's not a problem, because if you're running a good workshop, you should not be standing up there talking on stage for hours and hours and hours. That's a lecture. That's a presentation. That's not what we're doing. When you're doing a workshop, you're going to introduce a topic, talk about what the learning outcomes are, and then have people run through and run through an exercise. There we go. See, I still can't talk fluidly all the time. An exercise in order to make them understand and build the skill. So even though I did a 3-hour presentation the other day, about half of the time was exercises and Q&A, not just me talking. So even if you are not experienced at public speaking, workshops are a really good way to get comfortable in front of audiences. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this book. If you are part of my newsletter, you're going to be receiving a guide about workshops all this week, about how much money you can make from them, and it's good money, how much you can charge, and how you start to structure a workshop, how you build it up from the ground up, and add it into your marketing mix. Tomorrow in particular, I'm going to be talking about how you acquire clients, and I'll have a lot of inbound people coming to me. I just had one a few moments ago asking me to do a workshop, and I'm getting more and more of this. So once you put the word out that you are doing workshops in your particular expertise and niche, you will find people will start coming flooding to you. And what I'm talking about in the newsletter in particular is how you combine that with content marketing on somewhere like TikTok, for example, or LinkedIn is the other example I'll be talking about. So if workshops sound like something that you'd be interested in, check out this book. So Rob Fitzpatrick, How to Design, Teach Workshops That Work Every Time. I'm reading it backwards, so you have to read it backwards too. And also check out my newsletter this week, where I'm talking all about newsletters, all about workshops, how to deploy and sell them.